suspect is most certainly American national. Brazilian newspapers reported today that the man arrested in connection with yesterday's plane crash is an American-born Korean national. Currently in Chinese custody, he is being interrogated. He is accused to have been involved in the shooting of the Brazilian airplane. Chinese authorities have announced that the suspect has entered China on a tourist visa a month ago, traveling on a Vietnamese passport. It is suspected that he has entered the PRC via Xinjiang Uyghur, an autonomous region in northwestern China. Professor Dr. Alfred Messerschmidt from the Geneva Institute for Conflict Studies stated that it is likely that the suspect was indeed a foreign operative. The strong foreign accent reported by a local, as well as the dubious circumstances under which he entered the country, all point to the fact of a well-organized operation. So far, Chinese authorities have not commented on a possible link to foreign intelligence services. However, Brazilian newspapers have reported that he works for the CIA. US government officials have repeatedly denied any CIA involvement in the tragic accident over Chinese territories. The White House released a press statement in which it explicitly said that the times of covert action infringing on national sovereignty and killing sovereign nationals are over. These are, quote, relics of the past, weapons of a different time, and not the foreign policy approach of a Nobel Peace Prize winner. A strong reaction in New York, in response to earlier news reports today announcing the establishment of a system of multilateral lending based on the BRIC SDR. The New York Stock Exchange reacted in shock, with the dollar and most share prices falling in early hours of trading. The Nasdaq has lost in the first 15 minutes of trading, but then remained stable for the moment. The BRIC SDR is an adapted version of special drawing rights. SDR is an international reserve asset created by the IMF in 1969. It is to supplement its member countries' official reserves. Its value is based on a basket of 4 key international currencies, and SDRs can be exchanged for freely usable currencies. Professor Thomas Buch from the MIT has told us that the situation is dire. If the BRIC countries manage to set up a system of multilateral lending entirely independent of the dollar, it would mean that developing countries would not have to rely on the dollar reserves to back their currencies. Therefore, the dollar is very likely to lose much of its value, as it is currently often used as a reserve currency. Professor Buch said that the consequences of such actions could not be foreseen. In addition to the reports about BRIC SDR, the news of an American involvement in yesterday's plane crash rears heavily on the dollar and the markets. Gold prices increased by 20%, while the dollar is losing, having lost 12 cents to the euro.